Hello, welcome to another episode of Emotion. In this particular edition, we are going to discuss how men would like to be helped and treated once they open up and share their vulnerability, especially with their significant others. My name is Nasra Hassan, and my guest will introduce himself. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do click the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell so that you do not miss anything each time we upload educative content. Do not go anywhere because we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back. Today I am with Nono Francis. Nono Francis, you are most welcome.
Thank you, Nessa. Thank you for inviting me.
Could you kindly introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Francis Nono. I am a husband, a father of 4 lovely kids. My firstborn is 12 years, secondborn 10 years, thirdborn 7 years, and I have a 3.5.
Oh, you are yet
yeah.
to become a grandfather.
Yes.
in the future.
Yeah. For kids, very social person, like making friends, and a social critic as well.
Okay. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Today we are discussing how men like to be helped or to be treated once they open up, because we've been making noise, especially on this space here, because one of the goals is to create awareness on men's mental health.
Yeah.
Because mental health is something that is really ignored in our community. But I've come to realize that it is one thing encouraging men to open up and for them to open up, but it's another thing for men to open up and get helped as they would expect. How do men expect to be treated or to be helped, especially by their closest people, like their wives or their girlfriends? Yeah.
Well, thank you. I mean, this is a very sensitive topic. It's always very difficult for a man to open up, and of course, conditions have to be set in place, and conversations need to have taken place before a man gets to open up on certain things that he's battling with in life.
Mm.
You know very well that men battle so many things in life that they keep to themselves.
True.
And by the time a man gets to open up, it's rather too much for that man to open up. And when a man's open up, he desperately needs help. And if he's not getting that help, it becomes other issues, especially aspect of getting into depression, affecting the mental state of that man. And most cases feels very vulnerable and affects most aspect of his life. For example, if a man is working, definitely it affects aspect of his work in office. It affects his relationship with his children. It affects his relationship with his wife. It affects his relationship with everyone around him.
Sure.
And that is quite challenging. However, he can map out a few people that he believes if he opens up, he'll be able to get some help. For example, if he feels his wife is probably the best person to open up to,
Yeah.
that he expects to be carried, supported in what he's battling with. He expects the partner or close friends to step in for him and on other things that he's battling with. And if he's not getting in that, it's very dangerous. And once the man has opened up, he's reached a stage where he's very vulnerable. And that it's a very sensitive stage for a man when he opens up like that. So the kind of support that a man needs, for example, if you open up to your wife, for example, you've lost a job, and you're probably battling challenges at your workplace, you're battling issues probably with your health, you're battling so many things. That man expects the woman to be there and encourage him and support him For example, if financially a man is not able to support the family and is open up, you know what? I have lost my job and I have no saving. If that woman is working or trying some other business and all that, man expects the woman to step in and support at one point. And if that is not being done, if he feels he's into probably a relationship alone, and it's not a partnership anymore. It's a situation whereby if a man has no job, it's the end of the relationship, which ordinarily wouldn't be the case. So at a point when a man is vulnerable, he expects like what we call babysitting. Babysitting as well, that close friends, wife, relatives to walk with him.
Empathize.
Exactly. Yeah. And the biggest thing is about support. It doesn't need to be material support. It's be the psychological support. You'd want a woman who will tell you it will be fine.
Just to
yes,
be present.
yes, to be present for you, it will be fine. A woman or close friends will encourage you. No, you'll get another job. No, this will work out. People have been in this situation before and they've gotten out of it. People have been, so there's that encouragement that a man would want to expect when he opens up. But there should be an effort from that man to probably see how can I get out of this situation.
Yeah.
That effort has to come from that person. Much as he is looking for support, but there should be an attempt, there should be effort.
A deliberate effort.
Exactly. To say that, okay, I think I have lost a job, but let me apply for a number of jobs. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I'm having these challenges with this relationship. How do I make it work? I'm having issues with my wife. How do I make it work? It should be an inner aspect of your life as well, that I am doing this wrong in my relationship, but I think I need to correct it. How best can I correct it? I've reached a point with my partner, probably we're not talking in the house, but I think it's because of my mistakes and self-evaluation and looking at a few other things. How do I make it right? Much as I'm asking all this from our own colleagues to support me, because that reached a boiling point where we've not talked for 6 months, we've not talked for months, we are all this into. So that support from close people, it is secondary, but the primary aspect as well should be for a man. There should be an effort from a man to probably try and make certain things work while you expect support from other people. Yeah.
Sometimes women tend to give advice. Yes, I know that at some point advice can work, but does advice always work when a man is going through something and needs support? Is it always about advice, or sometimes you need something more than advice?
So one of the things, for example, if I'm having relationship problems with my wife, I know I have friends who are older than me who've been in the relationship, marriage life for quite a long time, that I looked onto them in terms of advice and what advice can they give and all that. So one of the things is I try to reach out to certain friends that I know could be able to support me. I have done that before, and they give very positive advice. On certain aspect of your life. You need to change on this, you need to stick to this, you need to be there for your wife, you need to be there for your children. They're able to guide you, and at the end of the day, you feel the advices are good, and you're able to change certain aspect of your life. You're able to always be there for your family. Just imagine, probably you work up country, and then you come to your home once a month. These are some of the things that bring issues, for example, and then if your partner is having issues with that, reach out to some friends. How best do I do this? We're able to tell you about the planning aspect, and probably have a conversation with your wife that occasionally she could as well visit you. She could probably come with the kids. There are visitation days. You probably leave it to your wife to go visit, and then you've never visited your kids in school, you don't know their progress in school. And of course there are men who are and close friends who are able to advise you on how best you can handle and how best you can get some of these issues you're battling with on a straight line, and that could help your relationship, could help your life, and could also try and help you not to get so depressed on other things. Yeah.
Are there some instances where a man can open up and then get discouraged or get numbed rather than feeling helped?
Yes, I mean, it's obvious that at times men have opened up and they've even regretted why they've opened up on certain things. Because, for example, if you open up to your wife about a specific problem that you're going through, and the whole say from your wife would be like negatively, what you've opened up is like thinking it's your own battle, and then you regret why, and be like, why did you even open up? Because you're not receiving any positive support from your partner. You've opened up to your friends, and it's all about conversation, how this man is battling these issues, and it all goes into circle and circle, and these are people you think could be your friends. And then, I mean, it becomes very discouraging for you as a person in opening up, and that is very dangerous. And because for you to open up, you felt it was very heavy on you, that you couldn't carry it any longer. You needed someone to help you. So that is why it's very important to map out people you open up with and people you think are able to help you when you're battling emotionally, psychological aspect of your life. So it is not about opening up to anyone. Friends that will always be there for you. If you feel like your partner is the one who's always there for you, there could be an uncle, there could be a cousin, all these that you feel that they've always supported you in your battles, in your challenges with life. Because as human, we battle so many things in life. As we grow old, there's so many things that come along the way that becomes very heavy on you, and the way you handle them actually gives you a clear directions and also helps you psychologically to probably get fine. But there are situations whereby you open up and they are negative challenge, and that is why mapping out people who are able to support you is very necessary in life.
And in which circumstance would you rather go to the bar and take at least 1 or 2 glasses of beer than going back home to talk to your wife?
I think there are certain things that men and women create for themselves, and yet ordinarily would have been settled. And there are cases where a man just stays in office and doesn't want to go back home. There are cases where a man just leaves office and goes straight to the bar and stays there until the wee hours of the morning, and then dresses up and is back to and is heading to office. And there are cases where people get home and don't talk to themselves, So
they communicate through children. Go and tell your mother to do this.
Exactly.
Take this money.
That can be very challenging. So based on life situation, I've just realized that in every relationship there are always challenges. In every marriages there are always challenges. But how you handle those challenges help in trying to work out a lot of things. I've known a situation where couples tend to ignore one another. They don't want to speak about certain things, which is the issues at hand. They're ignoring it. But for me, I believe that if you're having issues in a home, in your relationship, the more you talk about it, the more you get close to each other, the more you're always with each other. It's the best way to do. Once you feel there are issues, never avoid yourself. A lot of people tend to avoid themselves when there are issues. They end up spending time in the bar. But I've just realized that once you have issues, get close to each other. Be there for each other. Be there even if you're not talking. Just be there together. Be there to put the issues in hand. Eventually, once you get consistent on solving your issues, it gets you into avoiding issues of spending the night in the bar. going to a discotheque, going into probably somewhere wherever you with your friends and all that. And for me, I've just realized that it's a situation whereby couples decide to get emotional and be like, to hell with these issues, let me just go and have my fun. Once you start avoiding settling that particular issues, that is when you'll start spending all this time. Never leave issues unsettled.
Yeah.
Try and settle issues with.
Okay, I'm not married, but I've had.
You'll get there.
Yeah,
You'll get
I'm
there.
learning how to.
Yes, you'll
I've
get there.
heard that it is not always good for the couple to sleep without settling their issues.
Exactly. I mean, like, there's some issues that definitely will not be settled in a day. The issues that will.
But at least to
be
communicate.
Settled. But one of the things I've also known that we're human. When someone is very annoyed, you give that person time. It means a few days to get over it, and then you bring that on the table. The truth of the matter is, we all know that in every issue, there's always a source on who has brought that issue at home. Is it the woman or the man? So if it's the man and the woman is very annoyed with the man about this particular issue, I mean, the person may not be able to speak there and then and settle that issue because of that emotional aspect of life.
Yeah.
But give it some time, bring it back on the table, let's have a conversation. Propose, let's go have a conversation out of home. Let's go for dinner and have a conversation over this issue.
Yeah.
So I think that as well, helps. But never try and avoid issues that it will die a natural death. It never dies a natural death. It will always attend to it and try and make it work. The more you keep on having that, you'll not have issues of avoiding your home. And of course, at times also pride. Pride also plays a very negative aspect in relationship.
Yeah, the ego.
The ego. If you're a couple that, all have that strong ego and you feel like, to hell with this, it is what is destroying a lot of people. You see people spending time in the bar. You need to tempt your ego and try and settle issues at hand and amicably than trying to leave it that it will die a natural death. Relationships are not very easy.
Yeah.
They're very, very complicated. Even our parents would tell us, they had challenges in their relationship. No, they will not openly show, but they will settle them.
Yeah.
They always had challenges and they will settle them. Yeah. So that aspect of someone leaving home and going to bar, it's not the best way to solve issues. But I think also it goes on to peace builders, we call it historical background of your relationship. How have you started your relationship? When you had issues as you were dating, and how were you solving your issues? At that time.
Yeah.
So you get back, and even if you move into the house, maybe that was the way you'd solve your relationship when you were dating. For example, you drop that to your hostel and you're off to your house, and you don't talk about it anytime. It follows you into your relationship. So, and also to take time to probably get to know your partners, their strengths, weaknesses, and then you're able to try and understand one another. Like for me, if I speak to my wife on phone, I know when she's happy when she's not happy. I just know just on phone. I know if I spoke to her on certain things and just even asking how's everything and all that, how's home and all that, without thinking about anything, the way she'll speak to me, I know there is an issue.
Something.
So when I meet her right now, and even if she's pretending to be happy, I know there's certain things that needs to be solved.
Yeah.
So trying to learn the emotional aspect of your partner, it's very, very helpful.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah, I have been with my wife for so many years. We started dating when we were teens, and when we were in senior 4.
Oh.
Yes, we started
That's
dating
beautiful.
senior 4 vacation, and that was way back, I think, before you were born.
Yeah.
That was in 2000. That was in 2000.
2000?
Yes, the year
That is
2000.
before I was born.
I think so. That was 2000.
Interesting.
In the year 2, before you were born, right?
Oh no.
Okay, probably in
Okay.
2000.
Okay.
So it's I've known her for for 23 years now. We went to high school together. We went to campus together. We graduated on the same year. We got jobs in the same year. We got married. We had kids. So
That's really nice.
it's like my life and her life has always been
Yeah.
me and her.
Yeah.
So has always been.
Riding-
So I
riding
definitely understand all aspects of life, and she understands my weaknesses. She's worked so hard to translate my weaknesses into her strength,
Yeah.
And she's one person who knows me in and out of every aspect of my life.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I mean, how we approach our courtship and moving into solving issues actually defined our
type of marriage.
Yes, our relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe to wrap up,
Yeah.
let's talk about men who feel so superior. They feel like I would rather go to the bar, not because my wife maybe is hard or my wife cannot help me the way I want, but because I'm a man and I cannot apologize even when I'm in wrong,
No, yes, I mean, one of those things also gets back into character. It's character defines a lot of things. We've all had different upbringing, and men who've seen their fathers mistreat their moms in aspect. So our different characters and upbringing also plays a role into how we also conduct ourselves when we get into a relationship. Yeah. And also at times recently, of course, not long time ago, the aspect of feeling so empowered in terms of money aspect, and someone feels I've got a job now. I'm earning 10 million shillings. So what the hell with his wife who is just a stay-at-home, wife without a job? She can't talk to me like that. I am taking care of everything, So it's like that. There's definitely lack of respect, for the person that you've chosen to be your wife. You shared so much with, and the person that knows you in and out. So if you're having a relationship, respect is very key. And as respect is so key. Yeah, respect is so key. Like communication is also very key to probably solving other aspects of life. And then show love to everyone in the home, from the children, from your wife, and all that. So that makes the relationship interesting. Once you don't have respect for one another, it's gone. First of all, I'll never speak anything ill about my wife anywhere. In any forum with any best friends, I'll always praise her. I expect my wife as well, and definitely she does that. She'll never speak anything ill about me anywhere in the forums, even if you have our battles in the house. So that respect that you develop for one another, regardless of anything, it's very key in a relationship. Love for your children. You don't expect children to see you fight and all that. Your children will grow up thinking, my dad and mom used to fight, so it's the thing. So when I get married, his wife should not,
Thank you so much, Nono Francis.
Thank you.
It has really been a wonderful conversation.
Thank you for hosting me.
Yeah, I've personally learned so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you too have learned a lot in this discussion. And this brings us to the end of this particular edition. But you can continue this discussion in the comment section below. You can tell us what you found interesting in this particular discussion. From Emotion, this is all the time we had for you today. We can't wait to see you in the next episode. Until then, it's a wrap. Bye-bye and stay blessed.